turn this on. Patty, I'm just going to start on Skycam and then I'm going to go to you once she counts you in.
Okay. So is this a pre-weather or is this a...
It's like a pre-weather just to kind of fill the dead space on KJAC until ABC catches up. 1:30.
And then I will do another post.
Then you'll do another first weather.
I think that's what
Do you need a transition for weather? I mean, I was just going to use the one at the top of the show. If you want to put a weather one in the other in 3 years. Yeah.
Everything loaded.
I could hear. I really in the trailer.
Yeah. When your house done, it's nice weather. Hey, if you're punting, it means well, you got, I don't know, something like that.
On the left.
It's a bit cloudy. It's a big, good cloudy weather.
Yeah.
It's all your punting ends. If Florida overflows tonight, call the county plumber. Keep it.
Got it.
If you have a drifty faucet,
45.
showers still leaks after pretty well.
Huh?
We're still in that drain. Call the county plumber. Trey still with me. I don't know, stay to the middle.
30 seconds spent. He's such a true cunt. He is.
And I hope it's just a news post that Debbie's bunk out. All right.
15. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep back.
Good evening, Southeast Texas. As expected, the showers have ended across the area, looking at partly to mostly cloudy skies. Not going to cool off too much more here in the Triangle. Too sunny going down to the low to mid 60s in the lakes there, and we don't expect additional rain.
All right, you see your count? Yeah, we're at
it. Really tomorrow, maybe a nice shower, but it's less than a 10%. So big one due to the low to mid 80s across Southeast Texas. Tomorrow after this to be warm and humid, and even go to mostly sunny skies. So it's stark contrast to what we saw this afternoon, where some areas, but not everybody, didn't have some scattered showers across much of Southeast Texas, except for the Triangle, unfortunately. And it looks like a dry pattern to the next several days. And you can see a lot of sun coming up tomorrow after lows in the low to mid 60s, looking at highs in the low to mid 80s, and then maybe an isolated shower as we head on into Sunday with highs in the low to mid 80s across Southeast Texas. That's a dry weather will likely persist.
Weather chat. Patrick is like a beautiful weekend. Thank you for the forecast. Now we're looking at Beaumont size currently 72.
Perfect weather out there. Of course, like Patrick said, it's going to be a nice Saturday. So if you're got some yard work to do, go out there and get it done. Enjoy it, relax. And of course, the Oldest Lights is absolutely phenomenal as well.
Yeah, ain't not as dry the humidity, but there's Southeast Texas for you. 3, 2, 1, advice. Here we go. Now on 12 News, splashdown tonight. The Artemis II astronauts are home after a historic journey around the moon. Their dramatic return after a record-breaking mission.
Plus, an update tonight on a Beaumont shooting suspect who surrendered to police. Swabber case may now hit to federal investigators.
And 2 men wrongly convicted slave in the Florida has nearly destroyed their lives while they're speaking out in the podcast, calling for change in the justice system. Full news starts now. Okay. Here we go.
Home safe at last. The Artemis II crew, they splashed down at 7:07 p.m. Christina Cook, Maureen Wiseman, Victor Glover, and Jeremy Hansen are headed back to Houston after flying around the moon further than any other crew in history. They're now waiting to get clear and get back to their families. So we had the entire extraordinary event streaming for you on 12 News Plus tonight. Good evening, I'm Nick Canizales.
And on Flavor Roads, ABC's Will Reed takes a look at the F4 talent and that Americans glued to their history. Got ditched.
Tonight, Splashdown.
Splashdown's infirmary.
10 days after lifting off from Kennedy Space Center and traveling further than any human has traveled before,
a new chapter of the exploration of our celestial neighbor is complete.
Those 4 Artemis II astronauts are now home.
All 4 crew members are in excellent shape.
The Orion spacecraft landing in the Pacific off Southern California just after 8 p.m. Eastern Time.
We have crossed the threshold now, entering the Earth's atmosphere.
They entered the Earth's atmosphere traveling 32 times the speed of sound, 45 times faster than a commercial airliner. That heat shield protecting the astronauts from temperatures of up to 5,000 degrees. The heat and plasma knocking out all communications between the crew and mission control for 6 excruciating minutes. They knew this would happen. This was the moment they regained contact.
And Henry hit them contact on 5,000. Yeah.
It's very quite low.
It's like right now. They're
The first series of parachutes.
Those parachutes
so technically, if I
slowing the spacecraft
Yeah.
30 at 20 miles an hour to get some water.
because I was 37.
I was swimming around now. You were met by Navy divers that would follow around the ship called the front porch.
They'll give us an update of their conditions, obviously, quiet, and pick each one station, one at a time, keeping right. They obviously have our rescue guests. So since I'm doing 60 helicopters, they have 30 that is the nearby ship. If I was against your members, are over about the 30,
They'll land on the USS John P. Murtha, where they'll be examined by doctors, or eventually being brought back to Houston.
the face the home question of the two of them, gradually night.
That was in my
Just thinking about
other side of the moon. In a rush, traveling further from the Earth than any human has before. The crew, Commander Ree Wiseman, pilot Victor Flubber, and mission specialists Christina Cook and Canadian Jeremy Anson, capturing breathtaking images of the moon and the Earth, and their reaction, their words, nearly as striking as the images themselves.
actually take out the coastline of the continent, getting just absolutely cut off. But the same flickers.
What we really hope in our soul is that we could, for just a moment, have the world pause and remember that this is a beautiful planet in a very special place in our universe, and we should all cherish what we have been gifted.
Okay. We have an update tonight on the shooting suspect who surrendered to Beaumont police today. It happened after a man was found shot during the welfare check at almost 1 Magnolia. Officers discovered he had been shot on Tyler Street, but they set up a perimeter and caught the suspect, who came out without incident. But his case is now being referred to federal authorities for potential prosecution.
That's because of what they found when they searched the home that he was in. Detectives recovered the gun they believe it was used in the shooting, along with 2 others. They also found suspected cocaine, crack cocaine, tramadol, promethazine, and marijuana. The suspect is also a convicted felon. No word yet on who they are or what charges they're facing.
And Robert Roberson, who's on death row in Texas and trying to get a stay of execution, had a hearing today, who was accused of killing his daughter in 2022 by a shaken baby syndrome. The judge decided to renew new arguments before determining whether another hearing is needed. And tonight, 2 men are raising awareness about what they call junk science in the courtroom.
Yeah, they were both wrongfully convicted of child abuse and exonerated. Jesus Martinez has more on their podcast.
Package?
Our core message is what happened to us and happened to everyone.
Really freaking
Josh Dillons and A.G. Ward know that it's like to have their lives
Yeah.
turned upside down by a doesn't get charged. What they say should have never been done. Both men were accused of taking baby men separate years apart. And the box of Burns kids was a Michigan the works dates back to 1971 in Dallas County. Both men were exonerated in November of 2024, just 3 days apart. And kind of incredible. Now living about an hour away from each other in the Dallas area, the 2 have flown out in SWAT, Georgia.
Don't have to move the wall.
Okay.
That way you don't have to reset up.
Signs being used in courtrooms across the country.
Yeah.
Welcome to Unshaken Treats. We are exposing the shaken baby myth. So we want parents and caregivers to know, even grandparents, aunts, uncles, if you're the last one alone with a baby or a toddler before they display the wrong symptoms and show up at an emergency room, they could quickly find themselves in the crosshairs of a child abuse pediatrician who has tunnel vision. At the center of the podcast is the case of Robert Roberson, the East Texas man who has sat on death row for over 2 decades, convicted of the same type of charge Burns and Ward faced. We have a junk science bill here in Texas that, helped provide relief for my brother Andrew Wood here. Yet Robert Roberson sits on death row.
Robertson's case drew national attention in 2024 when the Texas legislature tried to pause his execution to hear new evidence.
We don't want to execute innocent people. It's happened, unfortunately, but we should strive for that to never happen.
They argue medical testimony is not supported by current peer-reviewed research, and that questions remain about whether Texas's junk science law is being properly applied. It is worth noting, though, prosecutors and medical experts say shaken baby syndrome is still considered a valid medical diagnosis, most commonly seen in children under 2, but could also occur in kids up to the age of 5.
You bring a child that you can't explain something happened to this child, and you bring in the doctor, you're about to be accused of something.
And Tyler, I'm just suspecting.
Let's check in with the Weather Impact team for an update on your forecast. It is a live view over orange right now. They're looking at lights.
Yeah, Chief Meteorologist Dr. Wall, Joyce, and Patrick. I mean, it seems like tomorrow will be a nice start into the weekend.
Well, it looks like it's certainly going to be drier than what we saw today, but some folks picking up some scattered shower thunderstorm activity as expected, mainly north of the triangle. And tomorrow's temporal may be a fairly isolated shower, but that's mainly dry. Fairly mild on the fully because of the light radar. I mean, you can see nothing radar now. As skies again are populated mostly cloudy sky. Very high humidity across southeast Texas. I'm so thankful for that air conditioning. As we fast forward into tomorrow, we'll start the day off with partly cloudy to mostly clear skies and high temperatures into the loaded mid-80s across the area. Weekend forecast called for mostly sunny skies tomorrow. Highs orders at 80. And for your Friday, isolated shower or thunderstorm, again, with highs below mid-80s. More on how long this will last. It will just be mechanisms.
All right, check out this video here. A salon operator in Pinehurst was left reeling this afternoon when one of her customers drove through the front door of a business. Ava Benoit said that happened around 2 o'clock. Now, her customer apparently hit the gas pedal instead of the brake and slashed right into the building.
I was behind my chair doing a customer, and my knee was turning, and I turned it right to the side, and he sat down in the chair to rest my knee, and the car came through his building. By God's grace, I would have been dead. It would hit right on me because if my chair crying.
Now, Eva says considering everything, she was grateful it wasn't worse and was also so thankful for the assumption crews that responded. Just listen to her amazing sense of gratitude.
So, yes, it's about experiencing a sense, but all in all, everything came out so wonderful. Everybody was so helpful, and I'm just thrilled that it came out the way it did.
As she says, it's still looks condemned from town, but she's sure that she's going to be back to work pretty soon.
Yeah, scary stuff. Sylvie residents are urging officials to create an animal shelter for all of Hardin County. It comes as a former animal control officer is being charged after several dead shelter dogs were found by a animal rights advocate. Now, community groups have formed. Some like Tuesday, they've been circulating a petition. They're gathering signatures to send a clear message that a countywide animal shelter is a top priority for voters. Not everyone is on board. So,
The problem is Selby, however, Hardin County's never had a animal shelter. As far as I'm concerned, it is not a priority, and I would
in case you missed this, meanwhile, Judge Wade McDaniel says animal shelters are not typically a county service, but he'd be willing to consider one if more residents show interest.
Well, 44-year-old Donald Doriso has been arrested in connection to yesterday's stabbing in Beaumont on Avenue B. A victim, a 53-year-old man, was taken to St. Louis Hospital in stable condition. Witnesses said that they saw Doriso assault him, and also police later found him at a home on Washington Boulevard. He's charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, and his bond has been set at $115,000. 24-year-old Corey Como was booked into the Jefferson County Jail today after being arrested Wednesday in Harris County. He's suspected in a shooting death of 31-year-old Joseph Manuel back on March 24th in Beaumont. A 17-year-old was also arrested in the case for tampering with evidence. Investigators believe that other people may be involved and say more charges are possible.
A celebration was held today on what Mary Grace Baker's 9th birthday. The St. Anne student was killed last July 4th in the tragic Hill Country flood. Today's event was held at Steedpool, where Mary Grace's father works. Everything was covered in pink in honor of Mary Grace, who loved the color. It was a bright presence in her luckless life. Scenario is also now the butterfly that leaves from her today. The price of gas doesn't just cost you at the pump, it trickles down to you in other ways too.
Yeah, still add tonight how local food truck owners are trying to adapt to diesel costs so they don't have to pass their added expenses on their customers. And you have one more day to take advantage of the free tax return assistance.
And it may be to the point where tree pollen is down for the CZEC. We're looking at moderate levels of tree pollen we call it grass. However, the weights of pains index may be up tomorrow, but down later next week. And both the bar softball and baseball across the board, if you continue their Southern Conference conquest, will provide the updates coming up in Board Eye Sports. Brad,
Riso, Durso,
Riso, I had in my brain.
but my brain, my mouth, not, it was too
I'm gonna be sorry. Gosh, they put this in like working. Oh, yeah, sorry. And double. It's the same. I've got it.
Who's calling that?
Wait.
He's calling that.
On.
Yeah, what I'm saying is B1 has it and says, oh, yeah. I had to come down. It's about point.
What? Or
Multiple.
yeah, I read Marjorie.
Help.
Margaret.
Post on the mic.
Dang, what's the deal? Hey, you drink?
And on there.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
It's been someplace, hey?
Hey, well,
Be cool and
Such a good place.
what do you know that? How do you know the word is law?
you not smoke your sex. So,
Oh my God.
33, 39, 50.
Tacos, motherfucker.
bring us some margaritas, Spencer.
Yeah.
16.
We have three.
We got more. They pay you better.
So it's a minute 16 difference, starting at 30.
Oh, it's 30. And that's why I'm saying you're arguing in that math, and I was like, oh,
Let me double check because I don't think
I took some
how can you laugh? So Patrick do it, and it's because we used up an extra minute. Patrick's I like they were busy.
Guys, we got it. Hey, don't get bring some more.
8, 7, 6. Step out, Nick. 4, 3, 2, 1. Step out, Nick.
All right, we're back with an update and look at gas prices right here in Southeast Texas tonight.
Yeah, we've been seeing a jump at the pump since the start of April. Here in Beaumont, the average is $3.82. Now down in Port Arthur, it's close to $3.80, and up near Coos, the average is up to $3.94. But paying at the pump to keeping the window open for operations, food truck owners are feeling the effects of rising gas prices. Many of them use diesel truck companies instead of regulars to meet bids and generators to power them while on the go.
Yeah, 12 News reporter Cameron Burchett spoke to two Port Arthur food truck owners who say they're trying to adapt so they don't pass the buck to their customers.
Pitch.
Nick Clay drops. Gas prices are driving up costs and driving down local food truck profits, causing some food truck owners to be strategic about their everyday needs.
I spent $150 to $170 to fill up my diesel. I got $40 to fill up the generator on the truck.
From filling up diesel tanks to running generators, every part of the food truck business is costing more.
We're having to really watch how long we run the generator for. It's because the gas prices are that high. We have to adapt.
Owner of Boss Burger, Joe Oakes, shares what they're doing at the pump to try and make it last.
You can't fill it up on the basis of
Stationary.
cloudy no
It was 31.
Yeah, could get us through the next couple of days. But we try to,
It's 36.
and it all depends on where we're going on the weekend. I know that we don't drive this around just for the heck of it anymore.
Instead of raising prices, some are finding other ways to adapt.
We've got a long road ahead of us with these gas prices.
Pete's Barbecue and Blues owner JT says he's resorted to extending his hours.
I'm going to not just be in lunches, but doing evenings. It's costing everybody more to do everything that we always do.
He says he's trying to do more, but is having to cut back on more than just gas.
The rising price of meat is what really did me. I do custom sausages and brisket, and brisket has gone sky high and it's now going to go even higher. I can't afford to go to Houston to buy my rice.
Both Joe and JT agree. They don't want to pass their added expense onto their customers.
But if it stays consistent, then we have to adjust our prices accordingly. And it's just hard to not raise prices. I'm getting this and so I told me house to
Downgrade. With no clear end in sight for high gas prices, my neighbors say community support they've been split to keeping local food trucks running. The studio can for chat executives.
All right, your taxes need to be filed by next Wednesday. Tomorrow is the last chance for free help before North Public Library. So it's its final Super Tax Day through the VITA Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program. Those with low to moderate income and those who can't prepare their own returns, including the elderly and disabled, can show between $10 to $10. Open. This is the way it looked this evening as the sun set. Clouds starting to thin out a bit, but you can see most of the conventions heading off.
Speaking of different I don't know if y'all been to the Chloe urban kind of Parkdale Mall.
72 degrees. Is it in the sky cam?
In a quick corner,
Radar 24/7, and it is scraping out along out of the fire team with.
I thought it was really
What's it a place out?
Across our forecast area.
that I don't accept. Right, we were what was in the
Apparently,
so it's
a warm, humid, dry.
I saw it that lecture with very nicely cleared. I think
Inside the mall or drink or from outside?
from inside the mall.
Okay.
So not on the side where you enter and you're right up by the food court, but like I'm taking the one left right to food court.
This may be just
It's going to be like that first one that's like right on your left.
west.
So that was the old Taco Bell when I was a young. But that's
About the 7 days.
not down the day. Also, so good. And one seven.
And then
Oh no, it was on the right, not sure. Yeah, it was like a Mexican restaurant, and like, yeah, when I was a kid, we were like,
pretty close to how we got to. And as we go on into next week, we'll just celebrate it up.
Yeah, and it's next to where the Charlie cheese steak is. But yeah, that used to be a Mexican.
All the way, I'm going to sound like right on this. Well,
I think it was recently.
over 70s. Nothing on radar. Until we can't anticipate as we head for tomorrow morning. You can see the best covered lanes, actual between the West area and inland southeast country. It's the west of Kirbyville, and particularly over towards Liberty County, where they picked up 2 to 3 inches of rainfall. Not much. It's liable as we expected because of that cold off the Gulf. Right now, weather watch is cursing the Beaumont Emergency Hospital and Port Arthur. Stretch M. Contour reporting 72. At Cooks Lake Road, Regina's at 69 to the north in the Lakes area, and at Dafford, 66. And Preparation,
The only thing that's that you warn their fries are waffle fries. And then how you those?
I prefer that. It's not good or in the city in the 70s, and that's it. Most of the cool was way out, or
It wasn't really great.
kind of weekend.
And I always like to get my brothers with a spin. And they did something that I definitely like that a lot of places don't do. And actually, like, we're simply abandoned to like a near crisp.
Wine coming out of the end. He's very good.
Okay.
It was right again.
Cross out.
Now,
The looking at pop.
are they like
Coming up,
$15 or $20 burger?
started the loss.
Let me see.
Cries.
Let me see how much
On the golf, looking at a slightly choppy extreme.
Like I'm happy that
Repeat. Then she'll only sit in it.
Daddy Ears has managed to go with their price pretty low.
Upper 60s prime will accept it. We also invite that Freddie Milton to take the ball with sides of that.
Is it?
Where the breezy had it cropped out the effective
it was
That looks
not sure everything.
it was $16 I raw, but like that was the combo of the fries, the meal, and
okay.
yeah, with tax.
I mean, you'll pay that at
What if we're
yeah.
fun day.
I would never really stop. It's really very similar. So then you never had
I saw the shower.
what it was before. 10 came with it
Burn Thursday as that the next hot level disturbance passes to our northwest.
It red.
And by next we get out this weekend, but next
It's basically the same thing. I thought that.
you start
Another what?
single
Yeah, cold fried.
I think.
we need your raise. No, it's gonna drop into the films. I might know.
That's right. A record well in the 30s.
Right.
I'm gonna play that. I thought we were doing it.
Over in Dole, they think you AI, call it. Here that is. All right. Jordan Feet, we're going back out to the mouse game. Oh, yeah, because they just keep adding to his staff, man. It's really be talking to the newest edition coming up after the break. Good fun.
We're out. No, I'm some tricky. Sorry. I want one floating along in the San Luis. Don't forget. Okay, so we could be right on time on ABC. See, and we should be about a minute 16 under on hijab. Okay, so you're definitely not going to come back to a deed walk. Well, it might even go out before that. How long is your seed walk? Can we do the? Yeah. Well, oh, sorry. Let's see. 9:30. It looks like there's ours. It's 3:40. Okay, so if it's 3:40, they have to say goodbye to NBC because NBC will not come back. As a matter of fact, I was told the NXT was that I don't look at it twice. Correct. Yeah. And then do we just want to end on the app side? Well, do they need to say goodbye? And then they need to say goodbye to KJack. They need to say goodbye to NBC 100%. At the end of this block, everybody, we need to say goodbye to NBC.
Okay.
So we're not going to have an NXT to toss to break for 45 seconds right now. So we'll do sports chat, and I have a cat side if we need it, but we will need to say goodbye to NBC.
No, that. Okay.
Or see what or see. No.
NBC. Use 30.
Author the little 22 on April 3rd, 19th.
There you go in this statements. Open in 3.
Yeah.
15. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
3,
2.
1.
Open.
409 Sports, brought to you by Golden Triangle Emergency Center, Orange.
I'm the Southeast Texas. My name is Alton Pepper. Welcome into 409 Sports. Well, yesterday we introduced to you the new assistant, Jordan Thee, out with the LU Cardinals, and today it was announced yet another highly capable candidate who's joining the already strong ranks. Official as of this morning, we the staff alongside me and Aaron Smith, Todd Kelly from Western Michigan, 10 years of several levels of experience. Kelly is also a former Division II national champion as a player, and Kelly was part of the coaching tree out in Niagara in Lewiston, where he helped give birth to the program's first release season. He did play in 2017-2018. And in his final season, Niagara led the league in field goal percentage, 3-point field goal percentage, and that's definitely the kind of resume you're looking for when trying to play a quicker style of offense the way he walks teams. So I called with Thee again to talk about why Kelly was such an integral part of this set.
Son?
He's so versatile. He can do it all, and he is, in my mind, he's already a head coach, right? He's a guy that I'll walk away tomorrow and he could step right into my seat and run this thing. He's the kind of guy you want in your community, and he's the kind of guy that I want rubbing elbows with our guys on the court in the locker room. He's a great influence on these guys. He's gonna help them discern the difference between right and wrong. They've become better men, but also help them become better basketball players. So he's a grinder, and he's just a guy that's he's gonna be good in everything, every role that he takes on here.
Now, of course, the puzzle isn't quite complete yet, but I can tell you just from being out there lately that the vibe is definitely different. So there's still a lot more to expect and a lot more to look forward to with Big Red. Now, in the World Series, I guess you could pretty much call it that, because Southeastern was coming in. They were the top team in the South, and they had a winning streak of 20 games. And Lamar, they were second in the South, the winners of 14 straight. And you would figure something's got to give, and something did. Southeastern with a big-time win, taking nothing in the first game. Ray and Smith had a 6-off time in the first, allowing it 4 before getting out of it. It's hard to come by. For LE, only 2 in the 5-inning game. Now, the second game of this doubleheader, Lamar got on the board again in the first inning, off with and Ariel Flores double scoring Isabella Flores. But then a 6-run second for Ursula Camp, and LU again only held to 2 hits total in this one as well.
Yeah.
They won final while it looks to salvage the series tomorrow at noon. In baseball, last but not least, they opened a 3-game set with Nicholls State Cardinals in
That's like a theoretical.
Big Red and the baseline truthfully was Saturday, and it should have been about as close to scoring as they tear Holly's off. Recently, D-Lil went down with the KL and used goal guy recently. Up on the hill, the Squadron squatted on the opener. So the offense struggled throughout all of his free score because in this one, 2 solo shots given up by Olivier, and then the 3-0 final. And again, Big Red trouble in the box, only 3 hits for LU. Tomorrow's start will be going for a 6 p.m. first pitch. I have this, it's one of those things, the 2 power outlets are softball and southeastern, something's got to give. I mean, the legalized, it's a shit that against them tomorrow. So they go south before the draft tomorrow, and Cully Garvin was saying to, to write him like this is.
Say goodbye.
You still salvage the city.
All right, at this moment, we'd like to say goodnight to our NBC viewers that are speaker on ABC. We'll see you
Things there.
We're out.
Wow.
Your kids.
Okay, so yeah, we're done with NBC. And now we have actually said coming back to NBC.
It's whole.
And we're going back to 103.
That's
Yeah.
bad things.
See, we worked out. Actually, we're a little bit, and we're a little bit extra time to think.
Oh, yeah. Students, they can eat that. Bigger, hyper, perfect.
Pain. Mixed music for the aches and pains at Black Sin.
My dad. My dad.
So, I like to text.
No, freaking
Lawson.
What? I mean, double play ball at third base, and we just completely botched. I mean, we just completely botched it. Now it's Carson Bruno House. That is literally, folks.
They still counting dice. Hang on. It's fine. It's been fun.
Yeah, if you look at K-Jack, it says it's going into studio at 3202. Yeah, but the font trigger below is 3150, so that's going to go into effect before it hits studio. And it's going to cut in to allow to just be myself that 52 and I'm kind of on the spot, that 30-second spot right above it.
It'll be you should tell for that. It should be like, hey,
So basically, NBC just got like a really freaking volume merge.
Yeah, we weren't in collusion.
yeah.
Like, why not just? I don't know, because likely stand up for the country.
Really? I guess so. I'm always offering to squat.
Yeah, fact that.
See, so NBC basically got their final weather first.
Yeah, but
And it's Simmons, the former president.
then send it to Steve Alley that at daily.
That's right.
That's one.
Yeah. Just didn't need to blow it up. I have a story that I want to need to do. Read it, get back to you, blow this.
Said apparently,
I'm not sure.
30. A woman called the newsroom today and talked to Scott. She was demanding to talk to me. I have no idea who she is. She had some story, sob story. Obviously, the lady had some problems issues that were going on. She saw me on our webpage and thought I looked nice and wanted to talk to me. I was like, "Well, oh, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
Why?
and
Well, like everybody's email we dealt to the fire staff. I was kind of surprised.
It's like a pretty good
And I just watched that.
hour kind of start on Sunday and Monday, but pretty quiet forecast the next 7 days. I think a lot of the disturbances, which are putting coming in on Sunday night, and also with the Thursday passing well off to the north. Now, if you looked at Waco or North Texas, yeah, I go with showers and thunderstorms, but I can't go with anything very significant the next 7 days. The drought will worsen. Now, as we head towards next Saturday, there's your cold front, boys and girls. Boy,
India.
hey, We're just fighting soon the break of it is what it is. It's Southeast Texas at yo-yo weather. I just can't believe when we talked about the record. I just can't believe copyrighting for 30 degrees, 32, 1987 on the part of April. And it's just insane. Real unreasonable. Though I'm mortgage for late April, but they did scold the April.
Say bye. See. All right. Bye. But don't
Look at history. Yeah, it's
Lunch. We're pound. Rings out, guys.